Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. With XRP over 70 cents, it's very clear that speculators in the crypto space have been racing to buy more XRP. Now, for most of the last few months, as the price of XRP had generally drifted downward, there was no shortage of people feeling depressed, feeling as though XRP would never have a run-up in price ever again. There was noticeable negativity on social media due to this. But it no longer feels impossible for XRP to break $1 and run to a new all-time high, does it? As I've been saying for years, and especially in recent months, because people need to hear it, it only feels impossible until one day you wake up and suddenly it isn't. Yesterday was one of those days, and at least today so far, today has been another one of those days. So we'll see how long this carries out. XRP can't go up without breaks and dips to the downside forever. Of course, I know that. I am a realist. But enjoy these days when you get them, because it's absolutely fantastic. And so I want to share a few things with you in this video. There is this headline from the Crypto Basic: accounts holding 100,000 to 1 billion XRP hits year high as price decouples from Bitcoin. And then I also want to talk about this, I think a headline here. Oh, from the Crypto Basic also. Why is XRP rising? Something big coming for XRP and Ripple swell. And folks, there are so many people that are saying the only reason we're seeing XRP rising right now is because Ripple's about to have their swell event, which I think is on the 8th and the 9th, I want to say. You can fact check me on that one. I think it's 8th and 9th. I do not buy that narrative. I think that it's a low probability that we're seeing XRP price move up specifically because of this, and I'll explain why. And then there was also this article from the Daily Hodl. Last time this happened, Bitcoin exploded. According to Glassnode co-founders, here's what they mean. And so it's just, I love this. I'm a big fan of Glassnode because it's on-chain analytics. They just take a look at data and they come to the most reasonable conclusions they have. And the conclusion they're coming to is that number go up. I don't mind that. But before going further, I do want to be clear, I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. All right, so let's jump into this first piece. XRP wallet holders in the 100,000 to 1 billion range have hit the highest level for this year, contributing to an impressive upsurge in price. Data from the crypto analytics platform Sentiment shows that XRP's valuation has also hit its highest level since August 2nd. The cryptocurrency's price is currently worth 67 cents after soaring 8.87% overnight. And so this was actually written last night, and in XRP over the last, mind you, 30 days up nearly 35%. But here's what Sentiment wrote. XRP is at it again, reaching a market value north of 68 cents for the first time since August 2nd. The 3-month high happened as XRP moved up plus 23% against Bitcoin in just the past week. Wallets with 100,000 to 1 billion XRP now hold their highest level in 2023. And I'll also remind you, even as the price was trending downwards, I kept showing you reports week after week that institutional money, by and large, was flowing into XRP as prices were lower. Now, number go up. Funny how that works, huh? What about swell? So let's talk about this. There are a lot of people in the community, and it's fair enough to bring this up. This isn't crazy to speculate that the reason the price of XRP is going up is because of swell. But is it? I personally do not believe that that is the most probable scenario here. I do not believe that's what's happening. And so I made my case here. There's an XRP community member named Mongoose who wrote to me and said, after I'd shared one of the most recent price updates this morning, I think it was when XRP hit 69 cents. And so he wrote to me and he said, pre-swell pump, nothing to see here. And, fair enough, everybody's entitled to their opinion. I don't think that's a crazy opinion. I just respectfully disagree. And although he could be right, I think it's not particularly probable at all based on historical data. And so I went through again, and I already knew this, but I wanted to do a little refresher, so I did. I looked at data for the 6 years of price action for XRP, last 6 years, which, and by the way, there's only been 6 Ripple swell events in history. So that's as far as I could go back. It started in 2017. So I went back year by year and I looked at the price action leading up to swell. And what happened? Well, I responded to him with that data. And I know people have this perspective that this has happened before and price goes up because of swell. That's a narrative. I don't see truth to it. So here's what I wrote. I disagree. History would not have us believe such that is the most likely explanation of this pump. Here's what happened to XRP price leading up to swell the last 6 years. In 2017, XRP price did not rise. And folks, mind you, this was during the crazy bull run of 2017, the most insane price action to that point for crypto in general. Earlier that year, I think it was in April, XRP ran up to 42 cents for the first time ever. And it started the year, I think, somewhere around like half a cent. So that's a major move to the upside. But then it went back down and it was around 20 cents. It may have gotten as low as like 13 or 14 cents. It went down. And then it was floating around there for quite a while. And really, it didn't do much of anything until December. So when Ripple's swell event came around, which that year, I want to say it was October. I looked it up this morning, but it doesn't matter. The point is, leading into that, XRP was just moving sideways. It was volatile, but there was no run up to, to Ripple's swell event. Certainly not. Certainly not. Okay, so that was the first one. What about in 2018? I wrote 2018 XRP price rose. This is true. And by the way, this is the only year that the price of XRP rose going into the swell event. Now, why did this happen, though? I wrote about it in the post. It's already on your screen. I'll just talk about this, though. It rose because there was a rumor that Ripple's XRapid was about to go live and that it would be announced at swell. Now, XRapid, in case you're new or you may not be familiar with XRapid became known as on-demand liquidity. There was a rebrand, and now on-demand liquidity is broadly known as just Ripple's payment system. I don't know. It doesn't have a snazzy name anymore. I guess they're just considering it part of RippleNet. I don't know. I wish it just kept it as ODL, but they didn't think it made sense. So hey, fair enough. It's their company. But anyway, so it turns out though, this is one of those rare instances where the rumor was true, and so I don't know if there was some sort of information from Ripple that actually leaked, or if somebody just made it up and it circulated and it just happened to be true, but it was true. So the price rose on up leading into swell, and on that first day when Ripple announced XRapid was live and out of pilot mode, the news broke. Price, not only did it not go up, it went down. Price cratered on down because it was a buy the rumor, sell the news thing. We've seen these types of things throughout history, and not just in crypto, through in equities markets as well. Buy the rumor, sell the news. That's all that it was. If everybody knows it, it's not really secret. So then when the news hits, that's the time to sell. That's why people did that, and that's the only year where price actually went up leading into swell. And then I wrote in 2019, XRP price did not rise. In 2020, XRP price rose after swell. Now, isn't that funny? Where's this narrative? This narrative's kind of falling apart already, isn't it? In 2020, not only did XRP price not rise going into swell, it went up after swell ended. And I remember being there 3 years ago, because leading up to that, XRP had been hanging out around 20-something cent range, like it just seemed like forever, and it figuratively was. But then ultimately it went. And I remember getting into whether it was the late part of October or early November. Eventually it started moving a little bit, but after swell, yeah, it rocketed up to I think about 80 cents pretty damn quickly. It happened very quickly. In 2021, XRP price declined before hitting swell. It went down going into swell. In 2022, XRP price declined going into swell. And obviously that was an interesting situation because he had the whole FTX collapse and the market was going down. But even before that happened, you didn't see XRP price rising going into it. So the narrative's false. It's just not true. This is an organic price jump, and that's way more exciting than if this were caused by swell. That's what I believe anyway. And if I'm wrong, that's fine. I'll eat my words. I'm not perfect, but that's what I think is highly probable at this point. Now, if you have a counter argument, or maybe I misread something, you think I'm wrong, that's fine. Tactfully tell me in the comment section. I'm willing to listen. But this is what it looks like to me right now. So take that for what it's worth. And then there's this from the Daily Hodl. Last time this happened, Bitcoin exploded. According to Glassnode co-founders, here's what they mean. Glassnode analysts are pointing out one historically bullish signal for Bitcoin that previously prompted explosive rallies for the top crypto asset by market cap. Glassnode founders Jan Happel and Jan Alleman say that Bitcoin has crushed multiple critical resistance levels and is now at a point of strengthening momentum. The analysts zero in on Bitcoin's relative strength index, RSI for short, which is traditionally used to gauge an asset's momentum. With Bitcoin's RSI now above the 70 level, the analysts say that based on history, Bitcoin could be back on track for another large move to the upside. And folks, what do you think this is going to mean? If this happens, and it does seem to be the most probable outcome, whatever the timeline is, what do you think that means for XRP, which is already going ballistic? Because again, Bitcoin leads the way historically, it always has. And now with XRP having legal clarity, it's not going to respond. After all of these years, there's going to be extra attention on XRP because it's the only large cap coin in the United States that has legal clarity. Yes. But anyway, here's the quote. We analyzed our proprietary regime shift and concluded that we were transitioning from a bearish to a bullish environment. The weekly chart reinforces our view. A long-term bullish trend was confirmed. Momentum is building up, and from the looks, it's only the beginning. Notice how the last time RSI crossed 70, Bitcoin exploded. The RSI is now beginning to be overbought and could stretch higher toward the 100 mark, as it is the norm with bullish markets. In other words, as long as it sustains the uptrend, the Bitcoin price would be inclined to keep the rally intact, end quote. Which, folks, is what we want. Even if you don't hold Bitcoin or you're not excited about Bitcoin, doesn't matter. You should be excited about the news and the suspicions here surrounding Bitcoin. Because should this occur, this is fantastic for the rest of our holdings in crypto, including XRP. We need this. History tells us we need Bitcoin in order for XRP to hit a new all-time high because it's never happened without Bitcoin being in euphoria mode. And that's fine. That's crypto. It all moves in tandem. There's nothing wrong with XRP. That's not what that means. It's just the way things are today because the asset class is in its nascency. It's all coming, though. It's all coming together, folks. It's all coming together. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.